Officially hitting the U.S. Here's what we know. A Washington state resident fell ill after returning from Wuhan, China, where the outbreak began. Officials now say more than 400 people have been sickened and 9 people have died. The World Health Organization is holding an emergency meeting right now. Kana Whitworth is in Seattle, has the latest for us. Good morning, Kana.
Hey, Robin, good morning. So that patient is a man in his 30s. He is in the hospital here behind me. Now, officials are describing his condition as satisfactory, but he will remain in isolation for at least the next couple of days. They will continue to monitor him as well as the healthcare providers and patients he came into contact with after testing positive for the coronavirus. The first case of the deadly Chinese coronavirus making its way to the U.S., a Washington state man testing positive for the deadly virus. According to the CDC, the man in his 30s flew home to Seattle last Wednesday, infected but not yet symptomatic. According to officials, shortly after arriving in Seattle, he began feeling ill and reached out to his healthcare provider on Sunday. 24 hours later, his diagnosis was confirmed by the CDC. The man entering the country before federal health officials began screening travelers from the city of Wuhan, one of the busiest transportation hubs in central China, and where the outbreak began.
This is certainly not a moment for panic or high anxiety. It is a moment for vigilance.
This as some 3 billion trips are expected to be made by Chinese citizens heading home to celebrate the Lunar New Year Spring Festival. A reported 7 million Chinese tourists expected to travel abroad. Chinese officials taking every precaution to contain the virus. Workers outside of the local hospital in biosuits. Officials screening travelers as they enter and leave the airport. Our Bob Woodruff is here, walking through Wuhan Airport, wearing a 3-ply surgical mask to limit his exposure to the virus.
The city is now controlling people going in and out of the city. Then also local tourist groups are being banned from leaving. The government does not want this infection to leave.
Screenings now expanding to 5 U.S. airports, including Chicago and Atlanta. And anyone hoping to enter the U.S. from Wuhan must do so through one of those locations.